I caught it! I caught it! Look! I caught the ball! All right. Ah! Come on! Come on, it was nothing. It was nothing. Yeah, keep it down. All right. This is a baseball glove and a baseball. Look at this. This is a Cuban baseball that a friend who went to Cuba bought me. Beautiful ball. Beautiful ball. Why the balls? Well, why the balls? Baseballs. Get your mind out of the gutter. Get your bowling ball out of the gutter. I got a genuine request from a reader of The Manifold Destiny of Eddie Vegas to talk about the companion volume, or the other book that's published at the same time, which is called Walk Like a Duck, a season of Little League Baseball in Italy. And, you know, it's kind of hard to talk about a book like this because it's a diary of a season of Little League Baseball in Italy, but by a writer, me, who's also interested in history and culture and so on. And I really cannot explain the breadth of this book without reading the opening page. And so I have to just read to you, and I'm sorry to do that, but I'm sort of happy to do it because this is a prologue, which hey, whoa. Okay, come on, guys. Come on, that's enough. Oh, they love me. Anyway, this is a happy book written by a happy man. Paradox. Enough. Come on, guys. Whoa, man. Oh. Yeah, everybody wants to be loved. I gotta admit, I enjoy the fans. This is a happy book written by a happy man. Paradoxically, the novelist is far more free when writing nonfiction, for the course of the novel is one of indelible steps, the writer trapped by his or her own logic and decision, a prisoner of his own imagination. Leave it so as not to make too fine a distraction. In a book about Little League Baseball in Italy, however, the novelist, while he cannot alter the facts of a particular event on the field, is free to choose the context according to whim, quotidian mood, general philosophy of life, proximity to veins of history and culture, trappings of geography, and most genial of all, the myriad anecdotes that rise ghostly from the artificial alpine ravines of World War I, the literary vortex of Greater Trieste, the time of Turk and travail in the Upper Adriatic's hinterland, World War II's failed genocide of Slovenes, James Joyce's habits of drink, Casanova's barber, and all the quirks of generations of post-World War II baseball folk of the region. And then there is plain happy circumstance. This diary covers the 6th Little League year of my son Arjun in Italy, and following his Little League career has been the happiest circumstance of my crepuscular life season. This year, after finishing a teaching stint in Trieste, I was without employ, nor entirely broke, which is unusual, and the time was ripe to write about this aspect of my life that yields the most pleasure. I would be remiss if I were to pen an introduction without suggesting themes the reader will encounter. Yet, as in a game of baseball, one's expectations are oft amiss, betrayed, exceeded. So it shall be with this book. I shall be remiss. Or am I? For I have already revealed what is most important. This is a happy book. Now, I can try to, explain why Leonardo da Vinci appears in the book. I can talk about the baseball history that you'll find interesting, like about Ray Chapman being such a great bunter, not just the only guy ever to die on a field. That's covered in here, but more important is the bunting. But instead, I'm just going to read one more bit. I was once a manager of the first Slovene major league team, on the coast. We were called the mecherice, which is swordfish. And on April 18th, 2018, I wrote this, Gapo, or Zmago Revisited. It was Zmago's best friend Gapo who elicited my most violent screed against a player when I was managing, and my now locally legendary lecture on proper bench behavior. Gapo came to the game hungover, which was a typical enough occurrence for most members of the team, but the son of a bitch let out a poisonous fart and then stood up. He was sitting on the far end of the bench when this Chernobylity recurred and walked the length of the dugout past every player on the team but the batter and the guy in the on-deck circle. No, he was not due up anytime soon. Probably wasn't even in the game. I veritably screamed at him, "Don't drag your fucking farts!" Natural or unnatural, if you do it, fucking sit there and let it go its own way. Away. Don't fucking drag it, eating through your polyesters right at nose level of your teammates. And I proceeded for a good 5 minutes, play was held up, to decry his thoughtlessness and instill a higher sense of camaraderie and togetherness that took the team to a higher level of consciousness and improved the play of the entire squad, including Gapo, who went on a brief hitting spree beginning that very day. There's your second and final. This book is also $20 or euros, depending where you are. I had a lot of fun with this book. If you love baseball, I don't think you can do better. As it says in what do you call this, the leaf here, it says that this baseball book is an antidote to George Will. Anybody who knows George Will and his affinity for baseball and his scrofulous politics will understand what that means. Right here you have the antidote, a 640-page antidote to George Will, and an ode to baseball you'll never forget. Thank you.